I'm explaining a film from 2017 titled 12 Feet Deep. Spoilers ahead. Enjoy the content. The scene starts with the beautiful Bree swimming, then the pool manager comes in with an announcement that the pool would be closed for the weekend. Moments later, her sister Jonna arrived at Kedia's public pool where they were swimming. On the other hand, a middle-aged woman named Clara is seen and arrested by the manager, trying to steal money from a daycare center to get lost items. Clara is a janitor who has recently been paroled, and you watch Bree and Jonna overcome their homesickness after a lengthy absence. It turns out that they've been going to this pool since they were born. Finally, they bet on a quick race around the pool. They were swimming pleasantly until the management informed them that the pool was due to close early, so they finished swimming. Bree then plans to show Jonna her engagement ring, but she cannot locate it despite searching. Bree was certain she had her ring in her pocket until Jonna showed her what she saw. What looks like a shiny ring is stuck in the filter of the pool. Bree immediately got into the pool and found the ring, but unfortunately the ring got stuck. It is very difficult to remove. Seeing her sister struggling, Jonna also stepped in, now even her hair was stuck. While the manager suspected that the pool was empty and all the visitors had left, he closes the pool door and leaves. When Bree tried to pull Jonna's stuck hair along with the pool lid, the pool closed and they were eventually trapped. They attempted to summon assistance but were unable since everyone had fled and only the two of them remained. Jonna is concerned since the pool will be closed for an extended period of time during this long break. Bree also attempted to soothe her sister by asking her to open the lid by pressing on it, but she was unsuccessful. Because of the fiberglass cover, it is worthless. They then circled the pool in search of a crack or weak area in the fiberglass casing. Bree discovers a plastic box, and Jonna ultimately discovers a hole in the fiberglass covering. Bree then tried to scratch the hole with the plastic box, but it was still a wasted effort, because it doesn't change anything. Suddenly, Bree remembered her fiancé David, which showed that they still had hope, because he would surely look for her later. However, Jonna seemed annoyed by her sister's behavior. She had just come out of the rehabilitation center. She was quite sad because she would lose her soon-to-be married sister. By the way, the reason for Jonna's reinstatement is not revealed here. It has something to do with her mental condition. Instead of being pleased with her sister's reply, Bree accused Jonna of purposefully tossing away the ring. Actually, that makes sense because Jonna was the one who discovered the ring in the first place. Meanwhile, Jonna didn't refute anything either. She remained silent, and it's possible that she was the one who hurled it. Later, Bree recommended that the pool's bottom cover be used to dissolve the fiberglass, but Jonna doubts it. She feels it will not damage the fiberglass. Bree's phone suddenly rings, supposedly with a message from David. Bree then tried to remove the cover from the bottom of the pool but failed because it's made of very heavy iron. While Jonna continued to bemoan her situation, Bree does not appear to be in good spirits. She ultimately admits to Jonna that she has diabetes and needs the insulin in her purse. She will collapse if she does not utilize it. Jonna eventually starts looking for a way out after learning of her sister's condition. Jonna noticed the burn on Bree's hand and begged her sister to tell her what caused the wounds. Bree stated that it was this experience that sent her to treatment, as well as the fact that their father was a demon. He often drank until the day her father was about to light a cigarette while being drunk. Unfortunately, it fell on the pillow right next to his head and burned him. That's when Bree's hand caught fire as she went to save her father. Then they heard something like someone was coming.
Help! Help! We're here! Come on! We got truck! Can you let us out?
Apparently Clara herself was there. Instead of helping them, Clara opens Bree's wallet and takes out all the money in it. Clara was pretending to ask why they are stuck in the pool. She also turned off the CCTV. It looks like she turned it off with bad intentions. When she noticed Bree's cell phone, it wasn't enough to just stop there. Clara inquired about the password since she intended to seek assistance. Bree handed it without hesitation, but Clara instead reads David's text and browses the library on her phone. Clara also informs them that she was only freed from prison 9 months ago. She is also heavily in debt. Clara asked her for Bree's PIN, implying that she intended to take all she possessed. Jonna prevented her from disclosing her PIN since she had been thinking for too long. Clara threatened them with the ATM PIN code by turning off the water heater. Fearing this threat, Bree was forced to reveal her PIN in the hope that Clara will take them out of the pool. Clara then went to check the cash at the ATM. While Bree also looked weaker, Jonna, who was worried about her sister's condition, tried to open the lid of the pool. She appeared afraid and conquered her fear before reaching the bottom of the pool. Bree was apparently practically comatose from the relapse, and Jonna was attempting to keep her awake by cuddling her. Clara reappeared moments later, but she still refused to open the fiberglass pool. She had the impression that there was very little money in the ATM. Clara says she's in a pickle. On the one hand, if she assists Bree and Jonna, they'll undoubtedly contact the cops. On the other hand, she'd prefer let them die there to avoid any charges. Jonna then brought Clara over to the hole to talk to her, and when her ear was near to the hole, Jonna stabbed it with the plastic she had sharpened. Clara was angry, so she opened the chlorine channel in the pool as a punishment. They panicked and tried to close the chlorine channel, but because there are too many they couldn't do anything. They begged Clara to stop doing it. She finally stopped on condition that Bree give her the ring. In the end, Bree was forced to give the engagement ring David had given. After a while, Bree appeared to emerge from her unconsciousness, and David also appeared, but Jonna was not present. David claims he doesn't want to leave Jonna, but Bree says he can't take it any longer. Then she wakes up and realizes she is still dreaming. Bree wants to quit up because of her diabetes and lack of insulin shots, but her dream makes her enthusiastic to live and carry on. Jonna was about to commit suicide by cutting her throat in despair when Bree came to her rescue and calmed her down. Meanwhile, Clara receives a message from David on Bree's mobile phone, in which he claims he will call the police and report the missing person if they do not react within 5 minutes. In the end, Clara told them she was going to open the fiberglass but also went straight away. When she entered the control room and was about to open it, it turned out that her access rights for the code was changed by her manager. She was confused and didn't know what to do, so she ended up leaving out of fear. She was arrested and imprisoned. Bree looked increasingly pale and weak, but at that moment she confessed something to Jonna. Bree was apparently aware that her father was frequently obscene or aggressive to Jonna. Bree was burnt when the fire started because she tried to keep her father from burning to death. She is prepared to go to any length for Jonna since it warms her heart and makes her know how much her sister cares and loves her. Jonna later used the swimming suit she discovered as a headrest for her sister. Jonna's concerns vanished after hearing her sister's confession. Her bravery is now much more overwhelmed than it was before. She immediately attempted to raise the pool filter herself. Jonna also thought of using a bathing suit to assist in removing the iron filter. Her efforts were not in vain, because she raised the filter. As her condition deteriorated, Bree passed out and Jonna immediately approached. She performed CPR and fortunately Bree was still awake. Jonna attempted all she could to break through the fiberglass with an iron filter. The pool's fiberglass cover eventually cracked. They finally got out of the water, and while they must have been hurting, they were at least free. Jonna promptly removed the insulin from the bag and injected it into Bree. She awoke a split second later. Then Clara reappears and threatens to murder them both. Apparently unable to abide the two's predicament, Clara surprisingly returns the ring to Bree. Jonna then dialed 911 for assistance, but she did not report Clara and instructed her to go immediately. After Bree regained consciousness, she did not understand how her ring could be in Jonna's hand. Apparently she was not fully aware of what happened, and that is how the movie concludes. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Your support would be appreciated. I hope to see you next time.